Welcome back, guys, to Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney, where it seems Yanni has revealed himself. Of his own volition, it seems we were getting close to the truth, and so he stepped forward and said that yes, he did it. But at this point in time, he's bringing up Mr. Edgeworth again. So let's continue on with the show. Why don't you ask Mr. Edgeworth yourself? Anyway, I admit it, I was the one who killed Robert Hammond. Von Karma, where is Mr. Yogi? Under arrest, Your Honor. I saw no room for error in his confession. Then, the defendant, Miles Edgeworth, is innocent. In this case, at least. Very well. Will the defendant please take the stand? Which means we've beaten his unbeaten record of 40 years. There are few mysteries left unsolved. Still, you are cleared of suspicion for this particular case. So I would like to pass judgment on the murder of Mr. Robert Hammond. Any objections? Not a one. Ah, you lost. I don't believe it. Why isn't Von Karma saying anything? Does this 40-year unbeaten run mean nothing? When there are higher stakes to be played for. Very well. This court finds the defendant Mr. Miles Edgeworth. We get the words we wanted. That is all. This court is adjourned.
Objection!
Did someone just say objection? See, this is why I ended the episode there. I knew this wasn't so simple as someone just saying this and that, when the DL-6 incident's been wrapped up in all our cases thus far, well, more or less. We knew something was going to happen here. It wasn't Von Karma. We know who it was. Wait, but that means... No. Edgeworth? Your Honor, I object to your judgment. What do you mean? I'm not innocent at all. As we have heard, Yanni killed Robert Hammond in revenge. But revenge for what? Nick, Edgeworth is trying to confess. He's going to say he's guilty. He's going to tell them he was the murderer in the DL-6 incident. He's going to tell them he's killed his own dad. Oh, what do I do? Raise an objection or leave it to Edgeworth? Well, to be honest, raising an objection, either way, we know that Edgeworth's going to go through with this. We know he's going to go through with this. We know we can't stop him. He's been basically saying this for days now, that he feels guilty and he needs it all more sorted up. Sorted up? That's good English. Let's leave it to Edgeworth for now. And object if something else happens here, because to be honest, there's a bigger scope here that we need to now grasp. And I think we're going on to another case! What do you think? No, I'm sure Edgeworth thought about this one long and hard. This isn't my place to interfere. Nick, are you sure? There's nothing we can do about it. This is his problem now. But we'll be by his side and we'll represent him in this. That's not a problem for me. For 15 years, I've had a recurring dream. A nightmare. It's only a nightmare. That's what I told myself. But now I know it wasn't a dream. Yanni wasn't the killer. You mean, in the incident where your father died? On the distance of the shot, it wasn't suicide either. Everything was as clear as day. The murderer, the criminal in the DL-6 incident, it was me. Your Honor, I confess my guilt. I am guilty for DL-6, the statute of limitations of which ends today. The culprit is me! Order! Order! This is certainly unexpected. The defendant, declared innocent, is confessing to a different crime. A crime for which the statute of limitations runs out today, and he was too young to be charged for. I'm not really sure how I should deal with this. Bah! It's obvious. We hold a trial right here, right now. He was up for this all the time, so by the sound of that, I'd say that in the midst of conferring with Yanni Yogi, it was a possibility that Yanni Yogi goes down to complete his revenge on Edgeworth by making him go down and believe that he's killed his dad when something else has gone on. So I think it's just like well, if you know you're going to go down and we can't stop it, you go down, you take him with you, you complete your revenge, and Karma stays safe as well, doesn't he? So, with another person on the stand, I think he was always intending for this to go to here. We tried this man for his crime of 15 years ago. All my postulations right now. I think I would like to take a 5-minute recess. During this time, I will consider the appropriate course of action to take. Court is adjourned. Whew. December 28th, 2:24 p.m. The District Court Defendant Lobby number 2. Obviously, this all has to be finished today due to statute of limitations. I'm sorry, Wright. I've just wasted all of your effort. Mr. Edgeworth, I just don't believe it, sir. I mean, you kill your dad? I didn't want to believe it myself, Detective. But it's the truth. I deserve to be punished. Murder is murder, no matter what the circumstances. This is crazy! Just crazy! Nick? What are you doing? Huh? Oh. I was just reading through the court record once more. I'm getting my case ready. Your case? For what? Huh? Isn't it obvious? I'm going to prove that Miles Edgeworth is innocent. What are you talking about, pal? He just admitted to it. He confessed that he did it in court. I'm sorry, Edgeworth, but I don't believe your nightmare. What? It's just a dream. It's not real. The truth is right here in this court record. In any case, tighten your belts. The real fight is just beginning. I'll prove you're innocent. Trust me. Right. Isn't this just like that day in the classroom, eh? But the roles are reversed. Now then, I would like to resume our trial. Judge, Miles Edgeworth has admitted his own guilt. He has confessed his crime. Let us begin by hearing his testimony. Then, though pointless, let the defense do their cross-examining. The statute of limitations on the DL-6 incident runs out today. Though it's unconventional for me, I like to run this one by the book. I see. Does the defense have any objections? No, Your Honor. Von Karma, you knew this was going to happen from the very beginning, didn't you? As I said, he planned this. Very well. Will Miles Edgeworth take the stand? Will the witness state his name and profession? Miles Edgeworth, I am a prosecuting attorney. Mr. Edgeworth, 15 years ago you mistakenly killed your father, Gregory Edgeworth. Mistakenly? Nice thing to add. Is this correct? It is correct. Then testify about this matter to the court. When Edgeworth was telling me about his dream yesterday, I noticed something. One detail didn't quite fit. That will be the key, but only if I can get it to work. Please, please. You trying to get Mia to come or something? To be honest, I quite like the fact that she hasn't butted in this case, that this has been all under Phoenix's power. That day, I'd gone to the courtroom to observe one of my father's trials. As we went to leave, an earthquake struck, trapping us in the elevator. My father and Mr. Yogi lost their composure and began to argue. Just then, something heavy fell at my feet. That's a bit weird. I picked it up and threw it at Mr. Yogi. I wanted them to stop fighting. A moment later, there was a single gunshot, then a scream. It was a terrible scream. I remember it to this day. Well, that's all. And until now, you thought this memory was a dream. We were stuck in that elevator for 5 hours. The oxygen in the elevator ran out, and I lost my memory of the events. Bah! The same claim Mr. Yogi has made. Very well. Mr. Wright, your cross-examination, please. Yes, Your Honor. So it's all on me. And I think I know what we're looking for here as well. DL-6 case file might come in handy yet again, the page that has yet to be used. That day I'd gone to the courtroom to observe one of my father's trials. Let's start pressing from the start, of course. See if we can get anything else out. What was the trial your father was involved in on that day? I don't remember things very clearly. Only two things. I know my father lost, and Mr. Von Karma was the prosecuting attorney. Mr. Von Karma, you were handling that case? It was 15 years ago. I don't remember the details. Sure you do. That was when Edgeworth pointed out the problem in Von Karma's evidence. As we went to leave, an earthquake struck, trapping us in the elevator. Well, I don't doubt that. So, there were 3 people, including yourself, trapped in that elevator. Yes, myself, my father, and Yanni Yogi. We were fine at first. But then as time passed and no one came to help, my father and Mr. Yogi lost their composure and began to argue.
Hold it!
What did you do then? I was a 9-year-old boy at the time. What could I do? I was scared, trembling in the corner. But then, just then, something heavy fell at my feet.
Hold it!
What was it? A pistol. I assume it was the bailiff Yanni Yogi's. The safety must have come off when it fell from his holster. And you picked it up. What happened next? I picked it up and threw it at Mr. Yogi. I wanted them to stop fighting.
Hold it!
Did you know it was a pistol when you threw it? I think I knew. I knew it was dangerous. But the air was getting so thick. I panicked. So you're saying that you threw the pistol at Mr. Yogi? I was, in a daze. A moment later, there was a single gunshot, then a scream. Here's where I have issues.
Hold it!
The gun fired once? Yes. I think, after I threw it, I lost consciousness. Since then, they've echoed in my head every day. That gunshot and that horrible scream. The scream? So the scream seems to be interesting as well. But this is where I have my problem. A single gunshot, where in a case file says the murder weapon was fired twice. It's this case file that's given us everything we need. Are you sure you only heard one gunshot? Yes, I'm sure of that. I heard the shot and the scream. It's the same thing again with what we had on the lake. Then everything faded. I was unconscious until the rescuers came. I see. No, Your Honor. Unfortunately, you don't. Look at this file one more time. This plainly contradicts the witness's testimony. Oh, goodness. You do enjoy dragging out that file, don't you? You should have took it from us. I don't accept this evidence unless you can tell us what page it's on. Which page contradicts Miles Edgeworth's testimony? It's the victim data, isn't it? Look at the victim data in this file. It says it quite plainly. The murder weapon was fired twice. Miles Edgeworth only heard one gunshot. Yet, the murder weapon was fired twice. The first shot was the accidental firing when the pistol was thrown. So, who fired the remaining shot? Why would a remaining shot have to be fired if, the first shot actually killed Edgeworth's dad? Was there perhaps another shooter who fired that second shot? That's what we're assuming. Your Honor, as I'm sure you're aware, this incident occurred 15 years ago. The evidence is dated. The pistol did fire twice. However, we do not know when that second shot was fired. It might have been fired the day before the incident. There is no proof that the second shot had anything to do with this incident. What? I see. You do have a point, Mr. Wright. The murder weapon was fired twice, as we have heard. One of those shots was fired by the defendant, a boy at the time. Do you have any proof that the other shot fired had something to do with the case? Yes or no? We have one of the bullets. The only other evidence we have of anything is this photograph here. We can't see... No, wait a second. That's it. If it's fired from inside... Still bears clear ballistic markings. It's not that bit. It's taken from Gregory Edgeworth's heart. If it was fired from inside and it stayed in the heart, it couldn't have made the pattern in the door. So I was kind of like, that's good door level to be shot at. But if it was from inside and shot hit him, it couldn't have gone through and created that mark. So this is our evidence. Let's go back and say yes. Your Honor, I think I'll be able to show you proof. What? Impossible! And how could this have not been done on the day of this trial? I mean, that's so easy logic. It's easy. Now, Mr. Von Karma, save your surprise for after you've seen the evidence. Very well, Mr. Wright. Show us your proof. Do you have evidence that the second firing of the pistol is related to this incident? We definitely do now. It's Polly! Look at this photograph. This is a photograph of the scene of the crime 15 years ago. I can see that the victim lying there is Gregory Edgeworth. This proves the murder weapon was fired twice at the time of the incident. This photo proves it. So, let me get this straight. This photo proves 2 shots were fired? Where? Your Honor, please get a clue! Show the judge the contradiction in the photo. The contradiction is simply this point here. Well, actually, it could be both, to be honest. The bullet was in the heart, but I'm saying it's this point here. It should be obvious. The contradiction is here. I see. A bullet hole in the door. Your Honor, Gregory Edgeworth was killed by a shot from the pistol. Yet, there is also a bullet hole in the elevator door. We also know that the murder weapon was fired twice. Thus, someone other than Edgeworth fired that second shot. But not for the reasoning I said. Order! Mr. Wright, what are you driving at? It's simple, Your Honor. At the time of the incident, 2 shots were fired. One went into Gregory Edgeworth's heart. The other hit the elevator door. Remember that the defendant lost consciousness after the shot he fired rang out. In conclusion, we must agree that the second shot was fired by someone else. Mr. Wright, but who could that someone else be? The murderer, of course. Objection. Why are you objecting? I knew I should have stepped in before your wild fancies got out of hand. Mr. Wright, look once more at the DL-6 incident case file. Look closely. Try the case summary page. The case summary? That's on page 1. Look what is written there. Not a single clue was found on the scene. If the pistol had indeed been fired 2 times, then the other bullet would have been discovered on the scene. Unless it was taken. He does have a point. I guess, well, to be honest, there'd be bullet markings on the... If it didn't go out the window itself, there'd be bullet markings on the walls of the elevator, because it's made of metal. It would probably have ding markings. Probably would have ricocheted. Probably would have hit someone, I'd imagine. I'm not exactly a bullet technician here, but he does have a point. That second bullet has never been found. Why? Because the second bullet does not exist. No, it definitely exists. The bullet that claimed Gregory Edgeworth's life was the one fired by his son. Then you still can't explain what's going on with the door there. That is the truth of this matter. The whole truth and nothing but the truth? I doubt that for sure. Well, the truth of this matter is a bit clouded right now, but we know for sure there was 2 bullets fired. Really, definitely. whatever he's saying, just because you couldn't find a bullet in the end doesn't mean that it's not true that 2 bullets were fired, because there's 2 different markings there that we can see. Clear evidence. A bullet in his heart and a bullet on the outside, unless the bullet didn't go off the first time. And we know it's 2 bullets. We are agonizing on this fact, and we'll agonize on it next episode. Join me then for more Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney, as we still have Karma irked. We still have him irked indeed. Bye-bye.